back once again. So now we will discuss heterotrophic nutrition. So what is heterotrophic nutrition? It is a nutrition in which living being depends on other for food. So first we will discuss heterotrophic nutrition in amoeba. As you know, amoeba is a unicellular animal. Its one cell is entire body of amoeba. So how amoeba takes its food? So I have explained it with a very simple diagram. Just focus on it. When any food particle touches surface of amoeba, when any food particle touches surface of amoeba, it surrounds that food particle with its pseudopodia. So when any food particle touches surface of amoeba, it surrounds that food particle with its pseudopodia and form cup-like structure. Slowly and gradually this food starts entering into this cup-like structure and converts into food vacuole. Inside this food vacuole, food gets digested and is utilized by amoeba. So this method of intake of food by amoeba is called endocytosis or phagocytosis. So what is endocytosis? The process by which amoeba takes its food. So this is in amoeba. Now comes in human being. So we human being have a proper digestive system in our body that we will discuss later. But first you should know, in human being, holozoic nutrition is there. What is holozoic nutrition? It is a nutrition in which ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion take place simultaneously, one after the other. The holozoic nutrition is a nutrition in which ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion take place simultaneously. Now we will discuss each one of them in detail. Okay children, now first we will discuss alimentary canal. Just now I told you that in human being for holozoic nutrition there is alimentary canal. This alimentary canal is approximately 9 meters in length, which begins from mouth and ends in anus. So I have drawn a diagram to represent alimentary canal. First there is mouth, then this is pharynx, common passage, then there is esophagus in our neck, that is called food pipe. Then after esophagus there is a stomach. Stomach opens into small intestine. Small intestine opens into large intestine, which ends into anus. Now there are three important glands related to alimentary canal. They are salivary gland, which is present in mouth, salivary gland. Second is liver and third is pancreas. Without these three glands, alimentary canal is not possible. So now we will discuss each part in detail. So first is mouth. What is mouth? Space between lips and teeth is called mouth. As you open mouth, you see oral cavity or buccal cavity. Inside buccal cavity, you see teeth. So what are teeth? Teeth are the organs for crushing and grinding the food. Teeth are thecodont. Thecodont means they are inserted in jaws. You can check your teeth. They are inserted in jaws. That is why they are thecodont. Our teeth are diphyodont. two types of teeth comes out in our lifetime. That is why they are called as diphyodont. They are milk teeth and permanent teeth. Presently in your mouth, permanent teeth are there. So that is why they are called diphyodont. Two times they comes out, milk and permanent teeth. Heterodont. Four types of teeth are present in your mouth, that are incisors, canine, premolar and molar. That is why they are called heterodont teeth. So this was all about teeth. Now comes tongue. Tongue is called gustatory receptor, which provide us taste. Tongue contains taste buds, and there are specific areas for specific taste on your tongue. The front part provides you sweet. So sweet taste buds are present over here. As you taste any ice cream, you taste it from the tip. Salt and sour taste buds are present in the middle. Salt and sour taste buds. If you eat a pickle, your hand first goes at this part. And bitter taste buds are present at the back of your tongue. You might have eaten tablet, you eat पानी का बताशा, तो उसको आप पीछे तक छोड़ के आते हैं. Because bitter taste buds are present over there. Okay, children? And the third thing is salivary gland. Salivary gland, 4 pairs of salivary glands are present in our mouth. They secrete saliva. Saliva contains salivary amylase enzyme, which help in digestion of what? Carbohydrate. Okay? Okay, children. Now comes esophagus. That is also called as food pipe. In esophagus, peristalsis take place. But before that, you should know the opening of esophagus is called gullet. So in the wall of esophagus, rhythmic movement take place. So these rhythmic movement allow food to enter into stomach. So these rhythmic movement which occur in the wall of esophagus, which allow food to enter into stomach, is called peristalsis. After esophagus, food enter into stomach. It is a sac-like structure or a J-shaped structure which can store food for approx 4 hours. It contains HCl. Now, this HCl has 3 main functions. It kills microorganisms. Number 2, it activate or inactivate enzymes. And number 3, it provide acidic medium for digestion of food. Clear? Pepsin. Pepsin is a protein digesting enzyme. Mucus. As you know, HCl is very dangerous, जिसको हम हिंदी में तेजाब कहते हैं, which can destroy the wall of stomach but does not, because mucus prevent wall of stomach from HCl. So this is stomach. Stomach is also divided into 3 parts, which is not in your NCERT: cardiac, fundus या fundic, and pyloric part. And this pyloric part opens into small intestine, which is approx 6 meters in length and is highly coiled in the abdominal region. Now 6 meters in length, sir, फिर भी small intestine? Yes, it is small in diameter. इसका diameter छोटा होता है. And its inner surface, the inner wall of small intestine contain villi, which help in absorption of food. Now, this small intestine is divided into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. This duodenum is a part which receives bile juice from liver, which receive bile juice from liver and pancreatic juice from pancreas. In jejunum, final digestion and maximum absorption of food take place, and same continues in ileum. So these are three parts of small intestine. Okay, dear friends, now large intestine. Large intestine is approximately 1 to 1.5 meter in length. It is big in diameter, where formation of feces take place. It is also divided into three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Fine. Cecum is a vestigial organ which was used by our ancestors, but presently it is present but of no use. That is why it is called vestigial organ. And in colon and rectum, feces formation take place. So this was about various parts of alimentary canal. Now I told you there are three glands. Salivary gland already discussed. Second one is liver. It is the largest gland of our body. Its main function is it produces bile juice and detoxifies substances. Next is pancreas. It is a mixed gland which produces pancreatic juice and insulin hormone. Their functions will be discussed during process of Holozoic nutrition.